Hello, today I'm going to be comparing the 2007 film Ratatouille to the Hierarchy of Needs chart by Maslow. So this is going to be a pretty short video, an interesting one at that, hopefully. This is for a school project, as you saw earlier. So if you have a project similar to this, I highly encourage. Notes are completely fine. Of course, I don't condone plagiarism of any type, but if you need to take notes or something, you find anything helpful, go right ahead. I encourage it. But yeah, let's get right into it. Now, the hierarchy of needs chart consists of 5 things: self-actualization, which are things like morality or creativity; esteem, which are things like self-esteem or confidence; belonging, which are things like friendship or family; safety, security of employment, resources, etc.; and physiological, which are things like breathing, food, water, sleep, for example. But yeah, we're just going to be comparing parts of Ratatouille, which take inspiration from these topics on the chart per se, and let's just get right into it. Now, beginning with self-actualization, we have morality, creativity, spontaneity, and problem-solving. I had to leave out a couple for say because certain reasons such as timing or inaccuracy. For morality, we have a scene where side protagonist Luini refuses to kill the protagonist Remy as he feels it's wrong. He feels some guilt, so that would actually list under morality perfectly. He feels guilt over killing Remy. He feels it's wrong. That is exactly what morality is. What's right or wrong, that feeling. After that, we have creativity. This would be a scene which would actually also lie under problem solving. This is a scene where the same character, Luini, has a problem with a dish. He messes up the dish, so Remy goes over and he fixes it. This is problem solving as he fixes, the problem in hand, and it's also creativity because he's mixing a bunch of recipes and stuff in a creative manner, which makes for a unique dish. Next, we have spontaneity. This is like an impulse feeling. What would list under this in a fine way would be a scene where Remy is trying to help Luini make a dish, but to control his body, he tries like biting him and stuff, and scratching him. So obviously, in reaction, Luini like flinches and stuff and makes himself look bad in front of everyone. He reacts on impulse. So I think that would go under spontaneity perfectly. That's it for self-actualization. Now, continuing with esteem, we have self-esteem, confidence, achievement, respect of others, and respect by others. This is a pretty simple one. Self-esteem would just be Remy's confidence in his cooking. He never feels like he's doing anything wrong, because, well, he isn't. And as for confidence, he had the confidence to fix Linguini's dish in the beginning. He, with no hesitation, he just went over and he fixed it. He had that much self-esteem and confidence that also lies under self-esteem. Now, as for achievement, it would probably be the ending where Remy makes a dish for the secondary antagonist, Anton Ego. The dish is a success, and it pleases the critique. So I'd consider that a pretty noteworthy achievement right there. Now, as for respect of others, I'd list this one as Remy helping Linguini, become a chef, doing his job. He pretty much does it for him in the film, as you can see. So I'd say that would be pretty respectful of others. Now, as for respect by others, I'd actually say this would probably also list under the scene where the Linguini refuses to kill Remy. So, yeah, that's about it for esteem. Now, as for love or belonging, we only have 2 listed here: friendship and family. This is pretty self-explanatory. As for friendship, I'd say Remy would have Linguini and his brother, which is also seen in the film. He's shown to be, pretty friendly towards him. As for family, Remy does have a family shown early on in the film, so I'd list them as family. This is a pretty easy one to list down. Now on to safety, which would be security of body, of employment, resources, morality, family, health, and property. Now, starting off with security of body, we can use this scene where Remy is inflicting harm on Luini, trying to help him, move his body to cook correctly. So, after this, they go into the back room and they talk about how it's actively hurting him and how they change precautions on how Remy helps. This is security of body because obviously Luini wants to prevent any further damage of his body. And after that, we got security of employment, and this kind of goes for like the whole film. Luini doesn't want to get fired, so he tries to hide Remy. There's no scene in particular for this. It's pretty much just the whole film. Now, as for security of resources, we can trace back to the scene where Remy is not appeased of how Luini is cooking, so he goes to help him. This would be security of resources because Remy dislikes how Luini is using the resources on the dish he is editing. And as for security of family, this is all the way at the beginning. When Remy's family is being chased, they make these boats to like protect them so they can get out safely. This would be security of family, so like no one gets hurt in the process. As for security of property, this would be when the grandma's trying to protect her house from all the rodents, Remy's family barging in. So that's about it for safety. Now, physiological is pretty easy to find out. Breathing is throughout the whole film. Characters have to breathe. Food is in almost all the film, any of the cooking scenes. And lastly, there's sleep. That can be found as early as the beginning of the film, where you see the grandma sleeping on the couch. That's really it for physiological. And yeah, that's the end. That's really all there is to the hierarchy of needs chart in Ratatouille as a comparison. Pretty easy to find out, not too much. Definitely complements those traits of the movie. So yeah, I found this really interesting. I recommend you check this out yourself. You may even find some things I wasn't able to. Who knows?